This is Silvermane. Welcome to Godfall 101.
Welcome back to Godfall 101. It's a celebration over here, alright? Keith Lee, Dick Hayne, Erics, and Bife got together online and talked about some more Godfall. I'm going to touch on some of the topics that I think are the most important from the stream today. They did talk about lore, but I'm going to avoid all lore talk. The game is only 7 days away, and I'm sure that some of you would rather experience it for yourself and not be spoiled. So I'm going to skip it. I'll do a lore video sometime after release. I can compile stuff from the codex and then do something diving deep into the lore. All right, so let's talk about Godfall Celebration. At the end of the world premiere launch trailer, which was a really cool trailer, there is a disclaimer at the end of the video. It says, also available on PC, not available on other consoles until at least May 12th of 2021. This is something most of us have been speculating about, so it does not come to me as a surprise at all. I was hoping this would have been a 3-month exclusive, but I guess 6 months is still better than a year exclusive. First, I want to say how much I hate exclusives in general. I know the marketing technique worked, and that's why they still do it, but it's something that I have never really liked. You know, with Godfall being a new IP in the looter genre, this might not be such a bad thing for Xbox players. Potentially, maybe it comes to Stadia, maybe it comes to Luna, but it might not be that bad of a thing if those players wait 6 months to get the game. Looters generally have struggled out of the gate in the past. Over all the looters that have been released recently, they just kind of struggle. With 6 months, that's 6 months of patches, 6 months of player feedback. You know, it might not be that bad of a thing if those players get the game with all of those updates and all of those patches and all of those quality of life changes that will probably happen in a game like this. So I know like 6 months sucks, but also, I mean, there's a lot of games coming out. So I guess it's not that big of a deal if you just think of it that way. Really quick, I want to address the elephant in the room also. There's been a lot of talk and speculation about crossplay. Some people online swear up and down it will be happening. I don't believe any of those rumors at all. I would love if crossplay or cross-save came to Godfall, but I'm not going to hold my breath at all. Maybe in the future it's a thing that will happen, but as of right now, I'm not going to hang any of my hopes on that peg. If it happens, cool, but I have zero expectations of it happening right now. All right, so diving into more of the information that they talked about, they spoke about loot. All of our loot will be instant loot. Praise Cosmira herself. You will not have to fight over that sweet piece of gear or fight with randoms in a lobby that run ahead of the group just to open every treasure chest before you can get to it. I'm looking at you, Justin. You know what you did. And speaking of co-op, after you play the game for about a 45-minute tutorial, you'll be able to hop into co-op with your friends or complete strangers. However, if you are playing a story mission, you will not be able to join with the player playing a story mission you have not unlocked. So you will not be able to join someone at the end of the game if you are a new player. This will help keep players from being spoiled and seeing things they're not supposed to or out of order. Speaking of levels, they talked about what the max level will be. And like I speculated in the past, it's going to be level 50. That's going to be the level cap that we have now. It could increase in the future like most games do. But for the base game, it's going to be 50. You will need 125 skill points to unlock the entire skill tree. Respeccing your skills will be very easy and quick to do. They have assured us of that. They want you to be able to get in, play around with the builds, and do that very quickly. Speaking of skill points, and every time you level up, you'll earn a skill point, which means you'll get 50 of those skill points just by leveling up. They also said that you'll be able to unlock more skill points through different activities in the game. One of those activities is probably going to be going through the endgame content named Dreamstones. I'm not going to spoil any of the lore behind this. I won't talk about that. I'll just kind of talk about the mechanics in a brief overview. I mean, the game's going to be out in 7 days and we'll know everything that we need to then. So I'm not going to spoil any of that. So Dreamstones are going to allow you to fight against old bosses, but in a different way. They're going to be more challenging, more powerful, but they'll also grant you better rewards. As you play through the content, you'll be given loot and boons. If you complete your objectives, that will make you more powerful and they will be key in progressing in this endgame activity. There's kind of two different phases of this. There's going to be a first phase where you're doing Dreamstones, and then you're going to get Ascended Dreamstones, and your difficulty is just going to keep increasing. So you're going to want to be mastering your builds, mastering the weapons, and just really always improving. And eventually you will unlock the Ascended Tower of Trials, which will expand on the concept and have you traveling from realm to realm to realm to realm, gathering loot and boons until you're unable to push farther. The Ascended Tower of Trials is the ultimate test of Godfall skill and will have loot that you can only find in the tower. These will be those chase items we talked about a couple videos ago. We don't know if there's a cap to how high you can reach. I'm going to assume that there is not, and that is going to be the chase for players to continue pushing up those levels. That's just an assumption as of right now. We don't know anything about a level cap on the realms right now for the Ascended Tower of Trials. But like I said, again, we're going to find out really, really soon. It's only 7 days away. All right, there's some other topics touched in the celebration video, but I think these are the most important points to bring up for now. We're so close. I'll not be recording any more videos from now until the launch of Godfall and I post a review of the game. I hope to see you all on the 12th in-game. The official Godfall Discord has been opened by Counterplay Games. You should go join there to stay up to date. They're probably going to have a lot of community events going on over there, so I encourage you to go do that. I also have a community Discord. It's not only Godfall focused, but video game focused and entertainment focused in general. If you want to chat and hang out, you can do that at the link below. I can't wait to see you all next week. And as always, like and subscribe if you found this useful. And please be kind to each other.